Developing this morning in Gaza, let's take you overseas now. The Israeli military announcing it has recovered the body of an IDF soldier taken hostage by Hamas. She was found in a building near Gaza's largest hospital just a day after another hostage was found dead in that same area. Troops raiding Al-Shifa Hospital this week to root out an alleged Hamas command center hiding among the sick and the injured. Here, an Israeli soldier shows off weapons found stashed inside that complex just underneath sick patients, sick babies and children. Robert Sherman is live on the ground in Tel Aviv with more information. Robert.
Good morning to you, Markie. And the IDF still operating in that area of Al-Shifa Hospital. For weeks on end, they've been contending that it's an effective command center for Hamas. That was backed up by U.S. intelligence officials this week. Well, last night, the IDF unveiled the first tunnel shaft that they found in that Al-Shifa hospital complex. You can see it on your screen right here. This is the first one that they were able to find in this area. They also found a weapons cache inside of a truck. Look at this.
We found a vehicle filled with ammunition, RPGs, AK-47s. We see handcuffs, knives, preparation for taking hostages from Israel. And this is where they choose to hide everything because they know the IDF won't attack. The Air Force won't attack here.
The IDF says that they're delivering water and pre-made meals to the patients that are inside of that Al-Shifa hospital complex. Meanwhile, groups like the UNRWA and WHO say that the entire Gaza Strip is in the midst of a communication blackout right now. That's due to the lack of fuel that's able to power facilities there. They also say about 70% of Gazans do not have access to clean drinking water as they renew their calls for fuel to be allowed back in.
The problem, when we talk about life-saving should not be subject of condition or bargaining. Today, what we are saying is, if the fuel does not come in, people will start to die because of the lack of fuel.
The whole argument has been is that fuel creates a compounding effect here. They say without it, there's no communications, no ability to move aid in, and no ability to coordinate new deliveries, which is why they continue to say that that is their #1 priority, getting more fuel into the Gaza Strip. Adrienne?
Robert, I have to just speak to this a couple of times because I think a lot of journalists haven't done a readout of the history of fuel shortages and the fuel issue between Gaza and other nations. They used to get fuel from Egypt. Egypt cut that off in 2018. Israel has supplied fuel to that nation, but the Palestinians have long since dealt with power outages, only 4 to 6 hours of power a day before this conflict ever started, in large part to the fact that Hamas does not maintain some of those fuel lines. And then we have Israel, which shows their soldiers coming in, carrying fuel by hand to the hospitals and telling us and telling the world that Hamas would not allow the doctors to come outside and retrieve it. So it's a much larger conversation than what the World Health Organization is pointing to, and it has a long history. I just felt like we needed to at least get that out there.
And that's the argument that the Israelis make as well, is that they feel as though that there is an unjust burden that's placed upon them as they're in the midst of this war to continue delivering electricity, power, fuel, supplies to the Gaza Strip as well with a country that they're warring with. And it's another point to note here is that there are 3 crossings into the Gaza Strip. 2 of them are shut down. The one that is open is the one in between Egypt and the Gaza Strip at this hour. And that seems to be what the situation is going to be for the long haul, Adrienne.
Right. And that humanitarian aid is absolutely crucial for all of the innocents and those patients. And at the same time, again, a long history between Gazans, Hamas, the Palestinian Authority, and Israel over power, particularly. Robert, thank you very much for your reporting, as always.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.